Halcyon City, a bustling metropolis on the forefront of technological, economic, and social advancement, but it's far from perfect. Such greatness attracts great adversity, and the heroes of Halcyon City must protect it from time-traveling madmen, superpowered mercenaries, and evil masterminds. When those stalwart capes retire, who will take up the mantle? Well, the young bloods, of course. Teenagers struggling with their newly discovered powers, finding a date to prom, and battling insane supervillains at the Plaza Mall, all before curfew. And what's more fun than breaking curfew to beat on an anthropomorphic triceratops? Welcome to Heroes of Halcyon City, an actual play podcast of Masks, a new generation. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Heroes of Halcyon City, an actual play podcast of Masks here at Nerds on a Roll. I am your MC, Lauren Peterson, and with me, as always, is...
Tom Nguyen,
Katie Kawaguchi,
Robert Segura,
David Schulke.
We're currently 2 hours behind schedule, sitting on the floor of an unfurnished apartment I just moved into, so excuse the audio quality and, everyone being kind of tired. Everyone's going to refer to this episode as that episode.
Great. It's a good foot to get started on.
Great foot to get started on, but
that episode.
we're happy to be here. All right, so last time we left off in a pretty interesting place, kind of cut away from that. So we open up with a panel of swirling black and pink smoke. It's night, or at least you think it is, Kid Katie. Something dark and awful swirls around in this black abyss. Emotions run rampant. Fear and hatred, love and joy, clashing in the darkness around you. With this panel of Kincaid sort of standing in this immense, swirling cloud of black and pink smoke, when a huge pair of piercing yellow eyes appear out of it. You're frozen in place, a cold fear gripping you. A pair of gleaming fangs appears out of the darkness in the next panel. It begins to speak. You? Can't be. I killed you already. I made sure of it. After what you and Golden Glove did to me, I tore you to pieces. I'll kill you again if I have to. And again. And again. And again. And you wake up in a cold sweat in your room. A splitting headache. And something else. Something dark. Clattering in the corner. And the faint stink of brimstone. What do you do?
I shit myself.
Just
kidding.
Gross. Wow, dude.
Middle of the night, I pull out some weapons.
Okay.
Or you mean pull that?
I would probably do the motions like I'm pulling out giant ass swords.
You pull out two giant ass swords, and the pink glow of your psychic weapons faintly illuminates the room.
Mm.
And from the corner, you see two piercing yellow eyes staring at you from the shadows. And with a stumble and a groan, walking into the pale pink light is Imp.
I drop my weapons. Where have you been? I've been looking for you. I was worried when you disappeared.
I don't have time to explain it.
Well, you better.
I can't right now. I need your help. And she, again, stumbles forward, holding her numb arm, and you can see that not only is it, limp at her side again, but a good portion of her skin is covered in scorch marks. Which is weird, because fire doesn't really affect her that way.
Well, didn't she get burned from the blast of the truck?
No,
she got
she's knocked out.
She got hit with the physical trauma of an explosion.
Oh, okay.
But the heat. What was it?
No, I think it's a tiefling kind of thing where she is.
I mean, it makes sense if it's more
if I recall, she
she
should not have been totally burnt from it, but her skin is kind of scorched. So she leans forward and kind of leans heavily on your bedpost. As she does, almost as if by some sort of strange coincidence, your phone starts going off. And you can see Golden Glove is calling you this late at night.
I ignore it completely. And I will help him to like at least sit down on the bed.
So you grab her and like put your arm around her, help her sit on the bed, and she takes a moment to breathe. She sort of rests her arm and begins to speak, and she says, "There's something I really, really need to tell you, and I don't know if you're going to be able to help, but I certainly hope you can." She starts to open her mouth, and your phone goes again.
Take a hint, Golden Glove.
No, I'm not going to answer it. Sorry.
There's been things going on in the slab. Stuff I've been caught up in and implicated in, and I'm in too deep, and I need to get out. But it concerns all of us. And again, your phone, Golden Glove.
Oh, it's Jesus Christ!
She goes, as you open it, we cut away to a panel of Golden Glove and Meteorite and Nazgrim running through, or potentially flying through the streets of the slab.
Oh my god, where is she?
You are chasing a man in a black sort of long coat with green like lines that run along it. And he's got on like a shitty ski mask and like a sack of money.
What the hell? Is the Hamburglar?
And he's running, panting, and you're all chasing after him. And he looks back, and he sort of jumps forward and turns into a bolt of lightning and streaks up on top of a building.
It's not the Hamburglar.
Neil Hamburglar.
And as Nazgrim flies up to catch him, he slams his hands together and thunder wave goes and knocks you out of the air. And Golden Glove, Kid Katie picks up the phone finally. You have been chasing this guy since he robbed a convenience store here in the slab. Not a convenience store.
He robbed a convenience.
He does, yeah, convenience store. This is what we're dealing with now. No, he robbed like
A diamond?
like a building. Like he robbed a business, and you were out on patrol tonight, and you're dealing with it. But this guy is sort of an unknown factor. You're not really familiar with him.
Well, riddle me this. Who is that guy? As I get up on the ground, it's being blasted.
Wrecked. Golden Glove, what do you have to say?
Katie, where are you?
I'm sleeping. You
Well-
called.
Okay, well, good. We're chasing a guy right now. Please come.
You hear
We need some
like,
help.
in your panel, like you see the speech bubbles of Golden Glove talking, and then there's like a zik, and the sound of lightning striking, and a thunderclap, which is when Nazgrim gets like, oh, he goes zoop, and then boom. So he knocks Nazgrim down. You're hearing like the result of that.
What the fuck is going on?
We're fighting some guy that has like lightning or thunder or some. He's real fast and he just hit Nazgrim.
He what?
He's like lightning. I don't know. Just we're on the rooftop of some business.
Slab.
5th and Main.
Everything is on 5th and Main.
Wait, you're in the slab?
Yeah, I'm in the slab right now.
I hang up.
Katie?
Yeah.
Katie?
Hang up.
Damn it. And I throw the phone.
Golden Glove, whose family is poor, just throws his phone away.
You should know this is
She'll
a
buy me a new
normal
one.
reaction from Kid Katie.
She'll buy you another one.
That's true, she won't.
This guy, he's running along the street tops, or the rooftops, and he leaps from rooftop to rooftop, and he goes, "You super geeks can't stop me!" He again turns into a bolt of lightning, zoof, onto another rooftop. So, Kid Katie, what do you do?
I want to turn to Imp and I said, "What did you say was going on with the slab?"
She said, there's something going on there with with the gangs, and it's more complicated. I can't really explain it.
Did you join a fucking gang?
No, I didn't. At least not intentionally.
Oh, Jesus.
And we cut back to you three. He's standing on a rooftop. What do you do?
Dude, I do what I always do. Boom! I'm like, two can play at this game. And I don't actually say that, but anyway, yeah. And I mean, if he's at I'm gonna try to maybe tackle him down and like take away what?
Lightning never strikes the same spot twice.
No, dude, I was totally thinking about it too. Because like lightning, you see lightning, but you don't hear thunder. So when we beat him, oh man,
Okay.
I'm working on it.
He's cooking up something.
Cooking up
You're gonna directly engage him.
I am going to directly engage our threat, yes, because after seeing what he's done to Nazi, I ain't a fan of that. He needs to be taken down a notch.
Let's get dangerous.
Boom! I get a 9. Gets brought back down to an 8. So Theo will charge at the masked man. Yes, and I was looking at the moves to directly engage a threat. You roll plus danger. On a hit, we trade blows, and I will pick to take something from them, which is that money bag.
Okay.
Tom, I think you should talk in your normal voice. Unless you're talking in character.
You charge up there, and what does it look like when you take the money bag?
So he's at the top of a rooftop.
Yeah,
that's weird. Anyway, and so we're running, and I think at this point in my particular practice and all of that, Theo kind of like would probably kind of like parkour through like some of the lower like obstacles because he has been trying not to use his movements or his powers as much and rely on them, but seeing the thunderclap take out the flying Nazi over here and all of that, he figures there's definitely no time, especially with his lightning ability, to go up there. So he's gonna run at what I imagine would be like those like weird in the slabs like it's not a half wall, but it's still like a fence, but that's like built as like wall, like cement or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It like steps on it and just like leaps off, like charge into the guy like head first.
Okay.
And as they get closer, I'm sure the guy would try to do the same trick again. And I can imagine like the thunder wave like coming out, and maybe Theo like tries to use his power, but because I decided to trade blows instead.
So actually, how the trade blows works in this is when you get there. His fists are charged with electricity.
Okay. Oh, so it has to be like that immediate moment.
No, I'm just going to say that's how it looks, specifically
yeah.
because of how the fiction is going to work.
Okay.
His fists are charged with electricity, and he like sees you coming and reels back to punch, and you connect like at the same time.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So I look like I'm about to punch him, or whatever. Like he thinks that's what I'm trying to do, and he'll punch back, and it's going to be that stereotypical like scene where he just like punches me out, and like I probably go flying and like hit the ground somewhere. Well. Do I take a powerful blow first?
You trade blows. So you still hit him.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's what the panel's gonna look like. He you sort of collide and you go rolling.
Well, here's my question: do I take a powerful blow from him?
You do. You do.
Okay. So can I roll that first? Because depending on the results, I think would dictate if I flew out or resisted it.
So yeah, take your powerful blow.
Yes. Nice. I get a 4. Okay, so I do withstand it. Wow.
Okay. And mark a potential for that.
Okay, so his fists like glow with power, and
yours,
his fists,
electricity,
like, glow with like electricity,
like it's crackling around them, and he winds back, and as you like come in, he connects the fist with you. But I mean, as we all know,
well, I think I think this time, so he just like connects his fist like straight into me. Yeah, I mean, I do what I always do. I absorb the energy, and I think what would be really cool is like kind of like the electrical discharge. Like you see it spark and crackle all over Theo's body as it like disperses through him, and he's just kind of like not quite Superman because I think the momentum still pushes him out, but I think he would like push past the guy as they both connect blows into each other. So maybe the guy like falls back.
So you like punching him?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you punch him, and when you do, you take his bag, and as you hit him, he goes flying back a good 10, 15 feet, and he rolls. And poof, 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 poof. and he comes to like a skidding halt. Or not like a skidding halt, like he keeps rolling and he slams into that like on top of the building, that like 3 foot tall barrier. He slams into it
like the ventilator
hard. And like there is clearly like an onomatopoeia bubble that just says crush. Yeah. And he
like I would say the panel probably looking from his point of view or like shoulder-ish, like you see past his face, and you just see like Theo standing there, like his silhouette, like the electricity crackling around as it's dispersing, him holding on to the bag. And he'll just like Theo would look at him and just be like, and just like real like something we can see, but none will care to hear.
So, Kid Katie, you were planning on having Imp take you there? So
yeah, but it has to be as a defend.
Oh, you could, if you just wanted to have her take you there, she can take you there. That's
that'd
the
be
thing. Yeah. So, you all, I like to imagine, so how does that conversation go? You say, take me there now, or?
Well, no, because the last thing I said was, did you join a gang? And you said something like, well, no.
It's a little more complicated than that. I need time to explain.
There's a man with lightning powers right now running amok in the slab. Do you know anything about that?
She goes, oh shit. Yeah, I do. I know a little something, anyways.
What is it?
He's. And she grabs your hand, and you go, and you appear on the street in the middle of the slab as you see Nazgrim and Golden Glove land on top of a rooftop next to Theo, and the guy Theo just hit kind of picks himself up on one hand and coughs blood onto the roof.
Uh-oh.
And he stands and stumbles, leaning back, clearly just, dazed. Like eyes glazed over, like he got hit hard. Which he did. And he sort of takes a step backward, and he puts his hand on the thing, and he lifts himself up onto it. And you see the way he looks, the three of you, in, like, we get a close-up shot of his eyes, and we see you in the reflection of his eyes, and his eyes are just a look of sheer fear and terror. And he's, like, missing a tooth, and he sort of, like, electricity, like, statics around him, and he turns around and jumps off the building and turns into a lightning bolt and streaks off for about 10 feet before it fizzles, and he returns to his corporeal form and begins plummeting down.
I jump off the roof. To catch him.
To catch it? You're going to try to catch him? Just go boom! How are you doing that? What does it look like?
As soon as I see him turn into his person form.
Person form, activate!
and begin to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Both thinking, like, 1, I don't want him to die. 2, he could die. And, like, 3, like, he's a villain, we need to stop him. He, like, streaks off, and he begins to fizzle and, like, change. And then you just see me, like, running and jump off the roof to catch him. And I want to, like, try to catch him and then turn around so my back is what hits the ground.
Okay, roll to defend.
Ooh, nice.
8 plus my savior, which is 3.
Yep.
Woohoo! Any conditions?
So 11. Nope, no conditions.
So, and what does that happen on defend? You successfully defend them?
I'm going to do influence over this person.
Okay, you take influence over him.
Mm-hmm.
So Golden Glove leaps through the air and grabs him as he's falling, and the dude kind of, you can grab him pretty solid, and boom, you skid along the pavement. Nothing that actually really hurts Gold. Like, it's irritating, sure, but Golden Glove's going to be fine.
You know, rug burn from that.
And the guy is, like, passed out in your arms, and you stand up, and he kind of rolls over onto the street. His coat falls open. A bright blue canister with a yellow lightning bolt falls out of his coat.
I pick it up.
You pick it up.
Do I read anything?
No, it's just a bright blue canister about the size of a Coke can.
Okay. I'm going to keep it with me. I feel like this is something for the computer.
Is it a spray can?
It's more like an inhaler.
Okay.
Oh, I know what that looks like.
It's got like a thing on top. Like if you press down, it would like release whatever's inside, and it looks like a little like mouthpiece. So like you would put it to your mouth and press.
Okay.
And like you kind of shake it, and it's full. So the three of you plus Imp see Rob standing over this guy in the street holding that can. What do you do?
What's going on down there?
I don't know, but I found something. You guys might want to come take a look at this.
Imp, do you know this man?
I like from the top of the roof, just like step off and just
Grabs her arm and she goes, I don't know him, but this is what I was trying to talk to you about. She grabs you weakly and you appear down there and she kind of drops to one knee.
Float down.
So everyone's here?
Yeah, you're all down there. A small crowd has gathered. People are kind of taking out their phones.
Is he going to go to a hospital? What's happening?
He
How's this
looks
kid-
like he looks like he got hit by a car.
Okay. Yeah.
But at the same time, can we tell by like looking at because you point out the can, right?
I actually don't. I go.
Well, I mean, you can see him holding it.
I'm holding it and I just go. We'll save this for the lair, and I put that in my pocket.
So while
tuck in my pants, my short shorts.
Say while Golden Glove is saying this, I think I would like for Theo to kind of like look at this bottle of blue with like a lightning bolt on it, and kind of thinking back on how this guy's abilities like shorted out, and just looking at like the state of the man now, trying to like figure out if you may look like
Roll to assess situation.
Yeah, like
Roll,
you may have like
you're rolling to assess situation, Theo.
look like you got hit by a car, but I'm starting to wonder like, was it me or you just worn out from the drug like to all hell and back? Okay, I got an 8.
Okay.
Nice.
Guilty. I got a 6.
Oh.
So you just need one?
Ask one.
Nope.
Oh, you
I get a
don't have
6.
Yeah, you failed.
So
Well, can my team help him?
Was that if you guys want to spend team, someone else can.
Can I use Imp to do it?
In what way?
Well, it's assessing the situation.
yeah, so
it's
you
not
can see
piercing
Theo
the mask.
like
No.
Yeah, you can see Theo like definitely looking at the thing, and Golden Glove is like, we'll save this for the lair, and then maybe Theo's like, he's like, because it's a 6 and we just need to, maybe he's like almost there piecing it together. It's like, but I did not hit him this hard, and he looks so out of it.
Can I grab it from him and?
Ooh,
Yeah.
witness me.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to, Kid Katie?
What a jerk.
Well, yeah. If that's gonna help him, I want to kind of be like, see him looking at it and looking at the guy.
And you
Like you totally see like
you just look at
the
the
freaking comic superhero like white eyes that are awkwardly just really animated, like super puzzled. Just what the fuck? Like what?
So
is-
Kid Katie just grabs the canister and inhales.
Well, I'll hold it. Look at Theo.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Imp, and based off of her reaction, then yeah, I would.
So do
She's
you
like, no. Then
do you, like, go to-
Oh, yep.
You go like put it to your mouth?
Yeah.
She does reach out and goes like, don't stop.
Hey, how'd she
And then
grab it out of my hand?
No, Theo took it out of your hand.
No one took it out of my
No
hand.
one took it out
Theo
of his
took
hand.
it. Yeah, Theo took it and looked
no,
at it.
I just looked at it before he put it away.
Oh, wait. So
Oh.
I'm confused. Backpedal. 'cause
I was
from
gonna
my
put it.
interpretation-
I was gonna put it in my
Golden Glove's
pocket, and Theo was looking
Okay.
at it.
Then with that, Kid Katie, do you want to use your move where if you spend your team in a destructive or criminal way, you get to add +2? Because that would fully justify you snatching the canister out of Golden Glove's hands.
Yes. Same way though.
Yeah.
Look at Theo.
So,
looking at the can.
you've got it, and Kid Katie just snatches it out of your hand and looks at it, at which point Imp's like, no, don't. And do you still do it?
I use my legendary speed to grab it back.
You can grab it back, you fight over it.
Fight,
No,
fight.
I have legendary
You're
speed.
holding someone.
Do you...
Who's he holding?
The guy's on the floor. Okay,
Dang it.
with that,
I mean, it still
you're
serves
spending
its
the team
purpose.
to do it, so spend a team. You get to roll your assess. If you want to snatch it from her, if you let him take it, he takes it. Otherwise, roll to defend the item.
I feel like it's well within my... She's nowhere near as fast as I am.
But I'm smarter than you.
She's smarter than you, and I have Grom.
If you have +2, does that help you
Yes,
more?
absolutely.
Cool.
So we do succeed the assess, which is ask 1, and then what here can I use to solve the crime of what happened?
That's the thing, because the
Like-
questions you want are like pierce the max questions.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. What here?
I think, are you looking for like what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what here can I use to find out what
What's in the
happened
bag?
here.
Is it just money?
Oh yeah,
Oh, buy more
But-
drugs.
but I haven't looked at the bag yet. But
Well, you could do that as part of the
So-
sale. Like, look down and yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So-
definitely just like cash
Oh.
from a
Okay.
cash
Damn
register.
it.
because what I feel like, at least what I'm putting together, and I don't know if I can do this via assess the situation, so I'm just going to describe it.
Nickel?
I'm pretty sure, and I would think Theo would think this too. What seems to be most likely, especially depending on what's about to happen with her, if she grabs the canister or whatever, but at least he thinks blue lightning. He was a lightning bolt, literally. So was this a power you can buy? And it literally, of all the things that you could have done with that much power, you just robbed a random business. Like, not even just a huge ass bank type deal.
I'm
More drug money.
going
So-
to say that if you're cool with it, just because like the question you asked, that's
like-
spending your whole. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah,
That's
you know what
exactly
I mean?
what
Like,
happened.
that's kind of like...
But in that moment, Theo realizes exactly why this guy looks like he got hit by a car.
Because it totally... like
Strung out.
Because it totally short-circuited his
No,
system?
because he's a human,
And you hit him.
and Theo hit him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
This dude does not have powers in that sense.
Yeah.
And Theo, not understanding that, directly engaging, because he was technically a threat,
Yeah.
but like on the level that,
But I didn't hold back.
and so when Theo, like when that hits him, I'm shifting your danger up,
Okay.
and your savior down.
Can't do savior.
Oh, your savior's locked, isn't it?
Yeah.
Save your buddies.
So that would cancel.
about-
that just cancels it. Cancels my move.
What
doesn't it?
about either superior or his mundane?
I
Because
think
you're
Mundane's gonna go down.
because like you're
Because it's
taking
kind of
away his
direct
innocence.
conflict with that. Not only is it taking away his innocence, he's realizing
Like-
like, oh shit, like this is what happens when I hit a normal person.
Yeah.
And I've been hit harder than how I hit this guy. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm cool with that. You two, Kid Katie and Golden Glove, are fighting over this canister.
Well, I realized something too also with the power.
With what power?
When you hold a defend.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hold the defend. You still defend them, but you don't add like a
You don't add any of
triple.
the fancy
yeah,
stuff, yeah.
That's what I didn't understand. Okay.
Subtle as always. Kid Katie, we're trying to...
Are you talking to me as I'm like huffing the thing?
Yeah.
Well, about to.
Yeah, about to.
I
have
still
you-
haven't.
Well, they need to
I
figure
don't know.
out.
That's why.
So yeah,
So
like,
that was my
are
role,
you want to
so-
try and take it from her,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
There's
and
no
I
way-
think she's trying to maintain hold on it from you, so she needs to roll to defend it. You are attempting to. You're not directly engaging a threat, Rob, but you are attempting to unleash your powers. I think
Do you think I'd be
to
pulling my...
overcome an obstacle.
Well,
Do you think I'm pulling my
taking
punches here?
something from
I
them.
would hope so.
Wasn't that
but
also
you're not.
directly?
You're not
No.
directly engaging.
Unleashing
You're
your
just-
powers
You're
is-
unleashing your powers to be like, hey, give me that.
You gotta remember, you described using your legendary
You're
speed.
using your
Yeah,
legendary
sure.
speed to steal it before she can do it, and she's
True.
defending it from you. So roll, and then Kid Katie, you need to roll to defend. So roll plus savior.
Okay. Oh,
Nice!
I rolled a 10 minus 1, so that's 9.
what was he using?
I rolled
in
free.
general, you gotta roll.
So I got a 9.
defend because I think defend against target PC targets like gives them a -2 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
What?
But that's what you said you were doing, so you have to do it.
Plus,
The,
if you
the roll's
mess up-
already in motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Plus, hey, if you screw up, you get.
You get potential.
Sorry, my
But I
snipples
really
are
want
making
to
this
take
really
a
hard.
dress. Well,
My potential.
I got a 4 plus
All right.
3.
Oh, 7. JK.
Oh wait, but that works.
Yeah.
Oh, -2 though.
So
You
Robert
expose
gets
yourself
a
to cost, retribution, or judgment.
Ooh, judge her for trying to use
So-
drugs.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to. I mean,
After
that-
school special.
The
this
ball is in Rob's court. Technically, yeah, I get to make a move.
Did I know it was
Oh, I know exactly what I want to say.
And like I'm not making the move in this case because it's Rob, so I'm putting the ball in Rob's court or Golden Glove's court. So you do manage to, before she gets to do it, you snatch the inhaler out of her hands.
I imagine I'm like close to her now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like really close to her.
Unless he uses legendary speed, it's just cool.
What is he with that mountain back?
Let's see if we can do it again.
So I go, what do you think you're doing? People have cameras out. Do you want children to see you taking drugs?
Okay.
hero.
So
we know
when,
it's
when
drugs.
when he says that,
But
you look up
assumes
and
it.
you do see all the cameras around.
It's still
I'm
wrong.
giving Golden Glove influence over you.
Already have influence over.
Then shift
Then
them
shift your labels.
labels. Shift it.
My other thing was to be like, I'm just going to shift your labels.
I'm
but
shifting-
I'll just let Rob do it because ball's in his court.
I'm shifting your danger up and your savior down.
Ooh.
Danger.
And then I would also like to say,
Is that really what you're doing?
I imagine like she's being.
You took the drugs away and said, is this really how you want people to see you?
I guess, yeah.
You're shifting her savior up.
You would think so.
He's trying to.
He's trying to tell her who she should be.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How the world works
I
and
see
her
how
place in it is the way that shifting of labels works. He's not saying what's wrong with you, you drug addict. He's saying
You need
you
to be an
don't
example.
want people to see you this way. Be an example.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No, I get it.
You're shifting her savior up and her danger down.
Yeah. So the opposite way.
Which, oddly enough, might be what she wants.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would also.
So, are you attempting to reject that influence?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Okay, roll to reject it. And
Oh, this is
I'm
Jeremy.
sure Mary Contreras is coming out right now.
She's gonna sass him. Here goes that
Here
Kid
comes-
Katie trademark sass.
It depends, though. What is he doing? Provoking me? Because he's...
No.
No.
No, he's
Yeah.
telling you who you are.
Shifting your labels.
So I don't think you have a move for Mary Control.
Oh, no, I do.
Right?
It's not
Yeah,
that.
she
it's,
does. When someone tries to shift your
I don't
labels,
care what
she's
you
done-
think.
Yeah, I don't care what you think.
Whatever. I do what I want.
Whenever you reject others' influence, add 2 to your roll.
Cash me outside. Let's just rename that one. Cash me outside.
Going to say...
I mean, we are outside and there's cash.
When have I ever cared what people think about me? 5, 6, 7... And it's what?
I think it just is the roll, right? Plus or minus influence.
Yeah. So when you reject someone's influence,
There's
over
no like.
you,
There's none of your labels help with that.
9, choose one. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately. So what does your move do? The one you just used.
This is whenever you reject others' influence, add +2 to your roll.
Oh wow,
Oh,
that's
you're-
actually really good.
It's really hard to have anyone influence you.
Yeah. Okay, so choose one. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down, your choice. Cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them. So you do tune them out. He doesn't get to shift your labels, and then but you have to be one of those other things. So
So proving him wrong was grabbing it. And
yeah, if you want to grab it and just grab it back and inhale, your move allows you to do that. The fiction clause.
Oh my god, dude. You gonna be so high.
Well, yes.
I really wouldn't do that.
Okay,
I mean,
will.
you don't have to, but that's honestly like.
But that's
I would
what
love
it's. Okay, I'll mark potential because I have all my.
That's
cleared.
bitching.
But I level up from
all right.
that.
Ooh, you level up and you get
Moment
high.
of truth.
Yeah, man.
So you snatch the canister out of Golden Glove's hand, and do you snatch it? How does that look? How do you get it from Golden Glove? He's strong and he's fast. So how does Kid Katie get it from him?
I'll lean in close and they'll say that. When have I ever cared what other people think of?
So we see that panel of you leaning in and saying that into his ear.
Oh, you're like that.
And then the next panel is you coming back and him like kind of looking stunned, and you just go, cool. Roll plus danger.
For as quick as you are, you're not fast enough for a woman's charm.
Roll plus danger?
I realized I didn't mean to say that in character, but it also sounded super spiky. And the French accent just added to it.
7. Oh, my danger's negative.
Yo, dude.
So I got a 6.
Game over.
A 6?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mark potential, and you have one hold. You may spend one hold to do one of these. Emit an EMP pulse, take out any electronics in your area. Charge your fists with lightning. You inflict an additional condition when you directly engage. Teleport to any location in line of sight by riding a lightning bolt there.
Ride the lightning, bro.
Stun anyone in your vicinity with a thunderclap. So we jump back in. Kid Katie has huffed the drug, and she got one hold out of it, and that gave her enough potential to level. And she took Criminal Mind, which is so appropriate for literally what just happened. So we have this shot from up above of you, the 5 of you standing there, or 4 of you with Imp, above this bloody, beaten dude, Theo holding a sack, and Kid Katie huffing a drug, and dozens of smartphones tuned on you, and another panel shows that scene from street level, and off in the very back of the panel are squires flying in. What do you do?
I grab him, and
Imp kind of looks around in a panic
I
as you grab him and says, "We need to go. We need to go now."
Imp, do you think you can teleport us all?
Her eyes go wide, and she goes, "I don't know about all of you."
It's okay. You take Katie. We're fast enough. We can outrun the squires. And
Before you take me, though.
I pick up the guy, and I just go meet at the lair, and I bolt with them.
Before you do, you all look around at the dizzying array of people just kind of staring with their smartphones out. How does this make you feel? I want each of you to tell me what you're feeling right now. Looking at, like, everyone just saw this with very little context and recorded it. So how does Theo feel? Like, in this moment, standing there holding a bag of money after having knocked the dude out of the sky.
I don't think Theo cares. We live in Halcyon City. This is recorded all the time. There probably is negative media about the heroes and their powers.
Eli Lack's entire existence.
Exactly.
Shit on
like
you, so.
And ever since my moment of truth, I know I'm a hero.
Yeah.
And I don't really care about how he views me. So as far as I'm concerned, like...
Well, you do. He has influence over you.
Well, yes, but in the sense of, like, they can't shake that sense of, I'm doing this to be a hero deal. Like, I want him to see,
so
see that.
You're mad that he doesn't.
Yeah.
You're like, pissed off that he's being childish about it.
Yeah.
And maybe on some level, Theo realizes, like, that's why he has a job.
Yeah.
But it still pisses you off.
And I personally want him to take the money and run, but I don't think Theo sees himself as having done anything wrong. He stopped the robber. Here's the evidence. Whatever. Let these guys think whatever they want to think.
Do you drop the money? Or do you take it with you?
So you officially want us to run from the squires, right?
Yeah, he did say that.
Is there any particular reason why? Was I not paying attention to, like, why are we taking him with us?
First of all,
because in previous, because here's my thing.
Yeah.
In the previous thing with Brutalitops, I think I've established, at least to myself, that Theo's like, this is the new law. We beat them up. We wait for the police to show up, put them away.
Yeah.
So I think
I've established that I don't.
No, right. So I'm saying in that lapse of time, like, I feel like I would know why you're trying to take this guy away from them. And I mean, obviously, out of game is to question him, but how much do we care about the establishment as a team?
I think the idea right now is that Golden Glove took influence over this guy.
Yeah.
Which allows him to manipulate him to some degree.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Golden Glove does not like the Squires, and he knows that once the Squires get their hands on him, he's going to be locked away in a place he will never get to him.
Essentially.
So I think that's where Golden... am I wrong?
Okay.
No, that's exactly right.
Then to buy us some time, because do the Squires fly over the crowd, or are they kind of like...
they're flying in. They're not yet... So their typical MO is to land.
They're
Yeah.
mechanical too, right?
So...
Totally, yeah. Totally robotic.
I guess this is what I would do, but probably to cover all of us running out with him. But I'm going to do the totally Assassin's Creed thing, and as we're running, I'm just going to open the bag and just... So that way, like, as they land, the crowd, like, goes crazy and wants the money or whatever, and maybe buys us a little bit more time. Because maybe I know, like, the squad's going to be like, wait, that's evidence, like, don't take that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and just
really, really fucking smart, dude. That's awesome.
So that's what
all right, so the rest of you, what are you feeling?
I don't care. These puny earthlings.
So is that Grim's thought right now is literally just...
Dang, for all this time you've been here, you still just go, I don't give a fuck.
These people are like worms right now, like riding around, like...
So you only care about the supers.
They're not going for the money yet.
No, they're all like, they're all so excited about what's happening here, and this is...
So in other words, the only opinions you care about are from supers.
That brings up a lot because you're trying to preserve humanity so far.
No,
from your
he's
own
trying to
people.
preserve the supers. Maybe not the citizens. Maybe that's...
So from what I have understood, Nazgrim cares about humanity on a level where he cares about all of them. He likes their culture and their belief system and how they handle society.
But at this moment,
He likes the individuality of them.
But right now,
They're not
see
individuals
that.
at all right now. Right
He
now,
doesn't
all I
see
see
these
is a bunch of
individuals.
conformists who are
like a herd.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He has no respect for that. He just sees them as...
Because I think more than anything, he respects the heroes and the things that they embody, but not necessarily the citizens.
It's very in the themes put forth by Invader Zim that individually, as an individual, humanity is a unique and intelligent being.
But mob
As
mentality.
a mass, they are complete, ignorant, awful idiots.
Yeah, that's pretty much how he sees it right
So why does he view them worth saving as a race?
Because he thinks that their individuality is something that he can learn from.
So despite the fact that when you get enough of them together, they become unbearable to him.
Yeah.
When they are individual, he enjoys them.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm raising your freak and lowering your mundane.
Well, if
Get on to
not,
my
you
freak's
mark a
cap.
conditions.
Your freak's
My
cast.
mundane is as low as it can get.
Then I get to mark a condition.
Alright.
So what are your unmarked conditions?
Right now, I'm angry and guilty.
maybe.
So
I'm afraid and guilty. I'm not angry.
in that moment, as you look around and you see all these people with their smartphones out and the squires moving in, and you look and go, this is exactly why my people want to destroy them.
Yeah.
And I mark hopeless. How's Golden Glove feeling about this situation in this instant?
I'm feeling a little bit guilty. It is better that he is locked up than us taking him. A little bit guilty that all these people saw, obviously us in like a bad light.
Like kind of breaking the law, essentially.
Essentially, and
If you remember back to the fact that the whole city is looking to Golden Glove for his next move,
yeah. And
how does he feel about all these eyes on him?
I'm also going to say I am angry.
You're feeling guilty and angry right now.
But
about, I mean, in the terms of how everyone else has answered it, like not just marking straight emotions.
No,
Like,
but
what is his feelings right now? You're a very complex individual. You're a dad.
I'm feeling angry and guilty because Kid Katie didn't listen to me. I'm supposed to be the leader, and she's not listening and even she's disregarding everything our team is. People are watching us. They're looking at us as an example, and people are seeing her act the way she acts. What if there were children who see this and think, oh, it's okay. I can take those super drugs. Katie did it. It's fine. I don't want to put other people in harm's way, and she's essentially becoming a catalyst for other people to be put in harm's way.
So your main thoughts are on the fact that Katie just totally defied you.
It's not that she's defying me. If I'm doing something bad and she defies
She's
me,
just setting a bad example.
I'm making him look bad.
No, not making me look bad. You're making heroes look bad. You can put people in risk.
I think that puts, in my mind, that puts a lot of care for Kid Katie inside of Golden Glove. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say.
He cares a lot for her?
Oh.
Okay.
Get in line.
Yeah, but... Oh. So with that...
Whoa, mama.
My turn. Oh, after.
I don't feel anything there. The fiction dictates I make a move against you. So, in that case, that's how Golden Glove feels. He's mostly in that moment upset about Kid Katie and her not only defying him, but setting a bad example for all heroes, as far as he's concerned. And you take off. So you, with your legendary speed and as from this flight, you're avoiding, and as you do, Imp grabs Kid Katie and poofs out.
You forgot me. How I felt
so
about
did.
it.
I'm awful. I'm terrible at my job.
Just like your parents, he
I
doesn't care how you feel.
Fire me. Fire me.
He's
I
just
don't
simulating
deserve
the
this.
parents.
All right, Kid Katie. In this moment, how do you feel?
Kid Katie feels similar to Nazgrim, in that she's kind of pissed off or like disgusted. We're heroes. We stop villains. We try to save others, but does anyone ever try to do it themselves? No, they just stand around and watch and take videos and judge others. So I'm pissed at that.
I mean, we have established that there's a law that says if you're just a citizen, get the fuck out of the way.
Is it really?
Yeah, that was like one of the first things we did, because like that was the law you broke. You organized citizens into a fire brigade, and the city was like, "That's not okay."
But I think it's still.
I get what she's saying. Yes.
Because right now,
it's like you're trying to demonize the heroes.
Yeah, they're just recording you instead of actually like doing anything about this, or like they're not even like praising you. They're literally just
I was gonna say, and also it's kind of weird because they're not just like, yeah, Golden Glove stop the bet, like, or like.
I mean, I would say that there is definitely a degree of like cheering, but not as much as it probably would have been in the past. Something was kind of off about this.
I also imagine this happens a lot to me, where I'm like spun into this delinquent. Yes, I am, but
because you are, but like the spin on it is so much worse.
Hold up.
It's like Kid Katie's in the tabloids all the time, like girl from Mars.
That's probably what I'm feeling, just like upset at the masses. And as the squires get there, I would like to spend my hold to turn off all electricity in the area.
Oh,
including cell phones and stuff. So as they're recording, I want
so freaking cool.
Couldn't you like circuit the cell phones too?
Well, it's in the whole area, so it's like
EMP.
It's an EMP pulse.
Also, the phones are all ruined.
My question right now, I want to ask you guys, in your opinions, knowing what you know about the squires, does this? So here's how I'm gonna have the fiction flow. Actually, this is my decision. We see the scene of all you guys, and we maybe get like a little internal blurb from each of you in like thoughts, like, oh shit, this is how it, like explaining your thoughts on the situation. The squires land, and they start immediately like collateral damage within acceptable limits. Perpetrator indisposed. Citizens, please back off. This is a restricted zone. Retreat to a safe zone of 400 meters. At which point, Kid Katie goes, and we see her sort of like glow with this blue light, and you go, and all of the like camera lights just go beep, 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 and shut out, and phones like start sparking and crackling. All the shop lights go out. Everything goes dark. But the squires remain functional. They sort of like stagger and maybe lose a little bit of motor control, but they remain functional. And that's the point when Theo throws the money. You've got the guy on your shoulder, Golden Glove, and Theo has the bag of money, and the squires say, "Halt! Leaving scene with evidence is punishable.
Cash me if you can."
And everyone's like, yeah! And they kind of like run in to grab the money, and the thing just kind of go, halt. You see them like trying to stop every citizen, and like one squire, like its eye just cracks and then breaks and sparks, and it like staggers a little bit, and everyone's picking up the money, and you flee the scene. And then Imp grabs Kid Katie and...
I still have to take my powerful blow. Is that going to be later?
So, where does Imp take you?
Wherever
She doesn't know what it is.
She does not know where
Soul
City
Lair
is. So where does she take you?
Yeah.
Because that's where the containment facility is, which is, I assume, where you're going to put him.
In the corner.
In the corner.
You're in the corner.
I mean,
You can take time
I can
out.
bring her, right?
Yeah, but I want to know when you come out of the Banff.
You're gonna show her the secret lair?
Yo, my secret lair?
She's a delinquent. Of course she is.
It's about to go down, dude.
But when you come out of the Banff, where are you? I would say she's probably got a range of 5 miles. And we see you and her appear on top of the building, and you kind of, as you again, and then you fall down to one knee when you land in like the middle of a street full of citizens, and then you again, and if you're like, and then and you're back in your bedroom, and you mark, first off, you mark a condition, just straight up, and then you roll to take a powerful blow, and you feel like your veins are just full of electricity, like you're being electrocuted.
I marked afraid. I got a 5.
Nice.
Plus 1 condition, so I got a 6. So So it's a miss.
Still a miss. So you weather the blow. How do you weather the blow? Is it just you like?
I mean, it's my first time, so maybe it's not like.
It's not that bad.
Isn't the first time always the worst one?
I don't know. I've never taken drugs.
Yeah, that's the best
First time's
time.
always your highest point.
buddy.
I took psychology.
I just took. No, I'm kidding.
I like no two stoners.
I would imagine that maybe Imp just helps me through it in a way. Like if I'm having a bad
She,
trip,
like,
she's
holds
just
you?
kind of like
Holds your hair
breathe,
back?
like I don't know, just something.
So okay, and afraid is very appropriate to mark. So mark also mark potential.
Woo. Oh, I marked 2 conditions though. I forgot. So actually, I do fail my roll then.
Oh, you succeed, which is a failure, and take a powerful blow. That gets you to a 7 then.
Yeah. So I choose 1.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, choose 1. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action. You don't have a teammate here,
Oh my god.
unless you guys might consider Imp a teammate.
I don't.
I mean, she's been considering her a friend
Yeah.
and all of that.
You
so.
give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Oh my god, I would have 4 marked.
You can't really give ground to your opposition in this case.
That's what I was gonna do.
Actually, no.
I feel like
I was like,
Do you want to give ground to your opposition?
that would basically like be giving
I know what I will do for that one if you
ground
want
to
to
the
choose it.
drug. I might lash out verbally at it.
Mhm.
I think would be good. I don't want to provoke her to foolhardy action, but I do want to take it.
Take advantage of your influence over her to inflict a condition on her.
Yeah,
Yeah, her feelings.
I have influence over her, so that works.
Crush her.
That does work. So you get rid of your influence over her. But what condition are you inflicting upon her?
Power Rangers?
Condition guilty.
You want to inflict guilty on her? How are you doing that?
So she's comforting me, and I'll be like,
She's like holding you with her one arm. Again, her skin scorched.
so this is what you've been doing the whole time you've been gone. All this time I've been searching for you, worried, and you're caught up in this drug deal, these gangs. Why would you do that?
She sort of backs off. She goes, I'm not like you. I don't have a team. I don't have anyone to support me. Look at me! And she motions to her dead arm, herself covered in scorch marks, her leotard ripped and broken. You see now that she probably hasn't bathed in a while. She's got a black eye. She's messed up. I don't have the option to team up with people like Golden Glove or Automator or any of them. Best bet I got is anyone will take me. Be it White Skull, be it Witch. You think you've got it hard? Your parents leave you alone in this big house? Lived on the streets. Look at me, I'm a demon! And she motions to like her tail and her red skin and her fangs. Yeah, this is what I've been doing. I found a family. I found someone who at least I thought cared about me. When I hit rock bottom, I realized that the person who carried me through it all, the person I should have been with, was out there. And I thought maybe you'd understand. She turns around and starts walking towards her door. She says, whatever this shit is, they call it Thunderbolt. I don't know where she gets it, but Witch has every gang in the slab under her thumb. Selling off to them. She got me hooked. But clearly, you've got bigger things to deal with. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I'm sure you were worried. But this is all I know. I don't know anything else.
Just because it's all that you've known doesn't mean that's how it has to be. Channeling my inner Golden Glove, even though he's mad at me.
In her mind.
What would GG do?
Yep. WWGGD.
You say that villains are the only ones that will accept you, and that you could never be part of a team, work with someone like the Golden Glove. Have you truly tried? I can see deep down in your heart that you want something better for yourself, but you feel like you don't deserve it. And I think that's bullshit.
And she tightens her eyes. Roll the comfort score.
Yeah, I have to roll.
Yeah.
Please, am I marked for that?
Roll
No,
plus
yes.
mundane.
No!
Roll high. Hey, I used to be good at that.
I got
a 4 minus 2.
When you go to grab her arm, you grab her dead arm. She doesn't feel you touching her.
Oh, yeah. You reach out and you grab her dead arm, and she looks down. She jerks her shoulder away. She says, I can't. Golden Glove's the reason I can't even feel anything anymore. Besides, you've seen the darkness in me. You know it. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And with that, she turns. She says, thought I could come to you. And I thought this would be better. And bam. Faint stink of brimstone being the only remnant of her in your room. Take a powerful blow.
No, I already took one.
Nice.
As she slowly... Wait, don't you have 2 conditions?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, you get hit.
5, 6, 7.
7, yes, I hit. Damn, I can
You
escape it.
now.
This is some powerful shit, man.
Hey, he's all alone taking like powerful blows now.
Yeah, because I can't get ground and I can't lash out, so I have to struggle past the pain. Right?
Yeah.
Are you like fully marked right now?
Oh.
No, she's got 4 out of 5, dude.
So I'll be guilty and angry, as well as afraid and hopeless.
Powers.
Back at Salty Sam's, what does the corner look like?
I imagine they're stylized. They look like the corners of the boxing rings.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like the red corner and the blue corner, like those different.
So they're like triangular cells?
Yeah, triangular.
What holds people in them?
Good sportsmanship.
Like hard light screens, manacles, you have good sportsmanship. You get in there and you're like, I want to stay here because, well, it's only fair.
Well, it's only fair. Actually, it's a specialized containment stool.
Poop. A stool. A poop.
No, like
Oh, you idiot.
and so what it looks like is
Someone's rubbing their shoulders.
it's the stool in combination with a towel that goes around their neck, and it creates a magnetic field that like
What the
I
hell?
knew that. That's what I was thinking for
That's
you.
absurd, and I love it. It's awesome.
and you know what I mean? Like I place them on the chair and I put the towel around their neck, and it just like holds them there.
That's awesome. I'm good with that. Okay.
Someone cut
So
their eye
you
open.
got the guy there. He's still unconscious. The 3 of you have gathered. You got the guy there. What do you do?
But don't look at me. It was your plan to take this and break the rules. And I know you might not care about the squires and how they run things, but the law is still the law. We are not above it.
I think the panel we get there is like this dude like locked down, like still unconscious, and then the 3 of you standing
Staring
in front
at
of
him,
him,
yeah,
staring at
him.
him.
I imagine.
Theo, of course, I know we're not above the law, but what was I supposed to do? Let the squires take him? If he knows about this drug, then we can get something out of him before the squires take him. I mean, once we find that out, we'll hand him over.
And let all of the witnesses see us running with them. The squires also know we took him. They weren't knocked out. They saw this. They know.
Did you see how messed up they were? Maybe it was worse than we thought. The fact of the matter is, it's done, it's happened. We need to deal with this situation now.
This is not something that just happened. You chose to do this without asking any of us, implicating us in breaking the law. Whether or not you think you're above it doesn't matter anymore. You've acted beyond it. In previous times, we've even walked into an Age of Shield. He asked and they cooperated. What makes you think that perhaps they wouldn't do that now?
Do you have influence over Golden Glove?
He does.
Yeah, I think
You're shifting his savior down, his danger up.
Good luck because it's locked.
Damn it.
Then it doesn't happen.
I would think, if anything,
Your savior's locked?
his superior. You're not
No,
that.
no, my savior's
No,
locked.
that was savior.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, in the context of fiction, you were shifting
Oh,
savior. I think it's important for everyone to know.
Well, see,
That
because
it-
what I was going
that
to say
it would
is I would like to use my influence over him to shift down his superior because he's
You don't
he's
shift down
or
to superior.
to market.
You just
I guess
mark
then
a
I'm just
condition,
marking
and you can just do that.
Okay.
You don't need to make a roll.
What conditions do you have?
Yeah, you can just make it feel guilty maybe for breaking the law.
No, like for me, it's not so much about the law. It's you put us in a negative light because you wanted to do something without really like consulting us.
Maybe insecure.
Oh, it's still guilty.
Yeah.
I think it's still guilty. So, how does that look? You're getting rid of your influence to mark guilty on him.
It's pretty much the message I said, but I
Yes,
think
that's
that we
probably
kind of
not
like
okay.
interrupted me a little bit. So I lost.
Sorry.
I lost it in the middle of my thought. But basically, I was trying to get at that he did this without really consulting us. Oh yes, there are people out there who know exactly who I am, and you just told them that I'm part of this. I wanted to tell in the money, but to cover us, I had to throw it around. So now I have that against us. Or against me, specifically. The rest of you might be safe and have your secret identities, but I don't have that luxury. I have to play by the rules. So the next time, I just wished that maybe you'd ask me first. And I'm gonna also mark angry. 'Cause that makes sense
On
to me.
yourself?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. If you guys ever want to mark conditions on yourselves, I have no problem with that if you feel it's justified. Remember, you can also just give people influence over you if you feel it's justified.
Theo, I'm sorry. I know I should talk to you guys about this stuff. I didn't think we had time. I know there's implications for it, but I couldn't let them have it.
With that golden glove, the way you're talking is very guilty. It's very passive.
Well, I'm guilty is marked on
Mhm.
me.
So I just want to get in your head a little at the moment. You're being very reserved, very taking responsibility for it, not demanding, not saying this is what needed to happen. Is that exactly how you feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say so.
It's very different from how Golden Glove has acted before, so I wanted to make sure that's how he feels right now.
Theo, at this point, instead of like while this whole conversation happened, like maybe he's like just like pacing back and forth, like super agitated. I can see like his watch kind of like he checks his watch.
You have a message, and you know, in fact, it probably vibrated a while ago and you didn't notice it, and now you look at it and it says one new message
Yeah.
from like 30 minutes ago.
He looks back at Arthur, like just looks you straight in the eyes. He would just take it off at this. I mean, because I haven't mentioned it before, he takes off the mask, and I don't know if you guys know him as. I guess you guys do. You've lived with him, but I don't think I knew that. I don't think I was ever told that. But
That on the Golden Glove?
no, that like
Oh, we know
they've
you.
lived with you or whatever. But because you call my name as Theo, and I just look back at you and I say, Arthur, you're supposed to be my best friend. Time or not, you should make the time. It sucks. And he like walks up the like stairs for a little bit. It's like, I have to go, but I will always support what the team needs to get done. But be careful of what cost you're making the rest of us pay. And with that, like, he leaves.
Your best friend just called you out on exposing him and walked out of here. How do you feel?
Guilty's the best one for that.
I know you feel guilty,
That is
but
maybe
like
helpless?
You
Beyond
feel
that-
like a piece of shit.
beyond that, I want you to take a powerful blow.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I know, I
think
get
he
that.
just fucking
Theo is your imp.
Holy crap! Parallels.
honestly, I don't know. Oh, Golden Glove.
He don't care.
He's walking out.
No, I care, but like,
You roll a 3 and you care, but you weather it because in the back of your mind,
Like, this is what needs to be done. Like,
He sees the big
no,
picture.
no. In the back of his mind, all the conversations he's had with Silver Tiger come to the forefront, and you understand like what Theo's saying, but you're a leader, and your legacy, everything every member of your legacy has ever done and ever said to you, demands a certain attitude and way to act. And as far as you're concerned, you're doing it. And though Theo called you out and put you in your place, you still think you're right. And I think those conversations with Silver Tiger, in a way, a part of that. You walk outside and you look down at the smartwatch you were handed. And on it simply is a message. This is from AL. And an address. 43rd Lexington Avenue. Take care of it now. And this was sent to you 36 minutes ago.
Your team's falling apart around you, Golden Glove.
You don't think I know that? My best friend just left.
This is the true test of your leadership. Katie's out of control.
How do you think we should handle it, Nazgrim? You're the warrior here.
Not only is he a warrior, he is not human.
Yeah.
From a totally different culture. And I think you asking that is pretty big. Pretty big of Golden Glove to step up and be like, not just out of his legacy, out of his species, out of his everything, to ask someone who...
Yeah, but a teammate and a friend.
Teammate and a friend, but the other context is someone who was sent to judge his race to determine whether or not they would become slaves.
Yeah. We don't know that, right?
Kid Katie's the only one who knows that's his purpose. We established that very early on, and Nazgrim hasn't really told anyone else. So...
Leaders in my race are respected and feared for their strength and their intelligence. You have the strength and intelligence. I don't think you're flaunting it enough. You need to get them to respect you and fall in line. You're letting Katie insult you and walk all over you. Can't allow that.
You have influence over him?
He does have influence over me. Everyone has influence over me.
You're definitely psyching up his superior with that. I think you're lowering his mundane. Yeah.
My mundane is at -2s.
Yes, another condition.
So he's marking a condition on you. What condition are you marking on?
Can I roll to...
Yeah.
To reject it? Yes, you can attempt to resist it. But I mean, what he's saying is you need to, but it's a very Nazgrim way of saying it, which is very true. Like, he's not saying, like, earn their respect. He's saying take their respect. Demand.
No, I get it.
And that's what he's telling you to do. So roll to resist it.
Or
and this is
that's what.
Or do you accept that?
No, I resist it.
Yeah, I think
this isn't a Golden Glove kind of.
Like you'd rather earn than take.
Yeah.
Nice.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
So what does that look like?
So the words materialize and fly back into Nazgrim's face.
I also have the thing where I talk about my world. You talk about your home, roll plus freak. On a 10 plus, choose 2. On a 7 to 9, choose 1.
Not so different after all?
Yeah. Should I roll that?
You should.
Do you want to do this first? Or do you want me to do that first?
Yours came first, I think.
But it's not so different. Isn't that saying you are the
That's
same?
just the name of the ability.
That's the name of the ability, but like the trigger is when he talks about his home world, right?
Yep.
Which is when he talks about it, which is weird, but yeah.
What about my team move when I share a vulnerability or weakness with someone?
I don't really know if
done
you showed
that
a
today.
weakness. You were just asking him.
Yes.
Should I do my roll out?
I thought it was like a weakness on my part.
You remember what you rolled, right?
I think we probably should trigger
Yeah,
the
an
team
11.
move for Theo.
Yeah.
Because he shared a vulnerability.
Yeah, that's true. Except I didn't really tell them a secret about who... Well, I did tell you a secret about who I really am. I have nothing to hide behind anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
Give them influence. So actually, it just happens. It's not an and or. So you have influence over me.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
Golden influence.
And then I shift my mundane up and my mask's label down. So my freak goes down, my mundane goes up.
Okay. And then you're, so sorry everyone listening at home. We're kind of backtracking and putting together some moves. Follow with us. Back when Theo and Golden Glove got in a fight a few minutes ago, it technically would have triggered Theo's move because he revealed a secret or vulnerability about himself. And so that triggered, we just handled that. Nazgrim told Golden Glove who he was using his influence, but Nazgrim also references home. So we're rolling for that now before we fully handle Golden Glove rejecting Nazgrim's influence over him.
Which also brings a point
Did you have influence over my character already?
I believe so.
You do. So you get to shift labels on me. Which is weird. Sorry.
Which is weird, yeah, because I wasn't...
Either way, I give you influence, which triggers the ability for you to shift my labels.
Is it possible to not shift your labels?
Nope, you have to shift.
Okay.
What you could choose to do is shift labels that are already maxed and then give them a condition instead.
Which is not possible for me.
Then you gotta shift some labels, Rob. So essentially how that works is when he comes out of that conversation...
I try to shift your savior up so nothing happens.
No.
Yeah,
I would say maybe danger up. No.
So rather, I think...
I would say
Rob,
move your superior
Golden Glove, what you get to decide right now is coming out of that conversation, how does he think you feel about him?
How do I think he feels about it?
Theo leaving that conversation. How does Theo think Golden Glove feels about him? You get to decide that.
I'm going to say move his superior up, that he feels like he knows the whole picture.
Theo knows Golden Gloves, right?
No, he knows that he's right.
Theo knows Theo's
I
right.
can see that.
Okay. Theo knows that he's right.
So I'm going to shift your superior up and your mundane down.
Okay. And then Nazgrim, your roll for...
So I get to do two things. I'm going to describe the glories of my home, which I guess I did by talking about how great our warlords are.
Yep.
I get clear condition, and I get to, I guess I can mislead them about my home, or I can confess a flaw in my home. Misleading gives me influence over them, and confessing a flaw gives a +1 to the team.
I think you probably want influence over him at this point.
Yeah, so I'll mislead him, and maybe I'm like...
No, not just maybe. What do you do?
What
do you say?
Maybe the idea that there's no deviation at all. Just telling you that there's no questioning the what's the word I'm looking for? The superiors, the authority.
So you're saying you're misleading. You're saying that Draconid warriors have unwavering loyalty.
Yeah, exactly.
To their superiors.
There are some out there who have.
There are some
that don't character want to have.
Because there are offshoot factions. Yeah. There are others out there. So yeah, you lied. You straight up lied to the Golden Glove right now.
Yeah.
Nazgrim actually lies a lot when you think about it.
Cool. And I get influence over him, but I already have influence over him, I think, right?
Yeah.
Means you get shift his labels.
Moving him around again. I also cleared Hopeless, because time at home makes it feel great.
Yes, home. A great race of awesome slavers.
So I'm going to shift your danger up. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make you more dangerous and shift your...
Moving his mundane down.
I can't.
Oh, it seems mundane can't go any lower?
No.
If that's the move,
that's the move.
Then it triggers into a condition.
Honestly, what you're saying is
Afraid.
You're telling him be like the warlords that I know. And so you're marking a condition on him. You're not actually shifting any labels. That's marking a condition. And afraid is a good one because, honestly, in your mind, if you're like, I'm the legacy, I'm supposed to be the Golden Glove, and Nazgrim is this alien who's here to, you don't necessarily know that, but Nazgrim is this alien who's from a race of warlords, and he's telling me I should be more like them. I can see how that would make you afraid. If you rationalize it as he sees that potential in me, that's scary.
Okay.
If someone comes at you and tells you you have the potential to conquer galaxies, that's fucking terrifying.
That's my move. Okay. And I cleared Hopeless.
Hold on. I weathered his influence. His words.
You did. I tried to shift his labels.
When you tried to shift his labels.
Yeah. First, you rolled an 11.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11 plus 3.
Yep. Clear condition, so don't shift those labels then.
Well,
awesome.
Specifically, don't mark afraid.
Don't mark afraid. Clear condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove him wrong. Shift one label up and one label down, your choice. Or cancel their influence and take +1 against them, and you choose 2 of those.
I am going to mark potential by acting immediately to prove him wrong.
Okay.
And I'm going to... I think I want to move my danger up, and I'm not entirely sure which one's going to move down, but let me do the interaction. We can.
And you have to. You can mark potential, but you have to prove him wrong.
Yeah.
Immediately. How do you do that?
Okay.
Because he just told you be a warlord, man. Take control of your troops. So how do you disprove that? How do you act against it?
My gloves turn back into their normal thing, and I get up into Nazgrim's face.
Jeez.
And kiss him.
I'm also
No.
taller than you, right? So you're just like,
I look at Nazgrim and I go, don't compare me to those warlords. I could take them out. Just like I rang the bell, I could take out your race. We don't do that stuff here.
Holy shit.
I'm not going to make anyone bend to my will. We're friends, and that's how I'll change their mind, by being friends. And it's kind of weird, but I was like,
No, I like it in the sense that you go up to him and you're like, don't compare me to your people. I'm not a warlord who's going to force people to do what I want. I'm going to earn your trust and your respect by being there for you. And then you hug him.
you made it sound so
But
much
at the
better.
same time, you also full on said, like, the best of your people, I will conquer. Like, your conquerors, I will conquer them if it comes down to it. And I think in that regard, like, holy shit, you just call out DJ or Nazgrim's whole race and was like, I'll beat the shit out of any one of them who comes down to me. And with that, I mean, you're definitely throwing something at him, though. I don't know what. Like, he didn't cancel your influence over him.
No, I didn't.
But, like, does that... I want to ask Nazgrim, are you afraid?
I'm upset. I'm very angry.
Do you have anger marked?
No.
Then mark it.
Essentially, I was trying to move my danger up, which I feel like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And
You did by
yeah.
saying, I can... In your fleet of warlike conquerors, I can beat any of them? Yes, you raised your danger.
but then I was also trying to say, like, but I'm not, essentially, like, lowering my freak. Like, I'm not one of them. I'm a human.
Yeah.
Like,
And you'll do it through humanity.
yeah.
Totally cool with it. But yeah, I'm marking angry on you for that one, Nazgrim, because I definitely, if you think you're angry, yeah, that's pretty big for him to say that about your people.
He, like, just stands there. You need to watch your tone when you refer to my people. Human. I'll tell you what I told Katie. Your people are being judged for their actions. There's a tide coming to this planet. Something I'm trying to stop. But the longer I stay here, the more inevitable it seems it's going to be. My people will be here. And they will test that claim you just made. I hope they don't, but it might happen.
Does Golden Glove understand the reality of what he just heard?
Yeah. I feel like I do.
I think you do too. Especially for the sake of the fiction and posterity.
Yeah.
You understand that he just told you his people are planning to conquer Earth, and he's the only thing that stands between that.
I look at you and I go, and when that time comes, I hope you're standing on our side.
You're demanding that even if his race decides they're going to conquer Earth, that he stand with you and not his people.
I'm not really demanding it though. Like,
You're hoping it.
Yeah.
You're putting forth the idea that you don't want the alternative. And the alternative, which you've already set precedent for, is I can kill any member of your race.
Also, in reaction, Nazgrim turns kind of red when you insulted him. His whole skin kind of, he's got the chameleon thing going.
you're blushing.
No, like it's like a chameleon threatening.
Ah,
Yeah, okay.
we're blushing.
Nazgrim, what do? Do you leave?
I'm gonna leave.
You're gonna leave. Where do you? So back at Kid, we see Nazgrim leave, and then back at Kid Katie's place, Nazgrim finds in his room an egg made of metal.
Do I recognize what this is?
Yes, you do.
I shake my head, and then I approach it.
You approach it, and a little like port opens, and a camera goes. Recognized. Scout Nazgrim. Initiating protocols. And the egg sort of like goes... And it reveals a small robot. So Nazgrim, when he leveled up or marked enough potential to take a new move, he chose to take... what move was it? What was the name of the move? It's something weird.
It's like come along, Skippy, or something like that.
Yeah, like come on, Sparky or whatever. It's the move that gives you Crypto the Super Dog or whatever that stuff is. Your sidekick animal. So Nazgrim chose to take a robot because it grants you bonuses on moves.
Yeah.
So which moves does it grant you bonuses on? What does it look like?
I didn't write it down.
So he'll help with engaging a threat, unleashing your powers, and defending.
Okay. So how does he help with each of those? So he's got he's a little weapons platform.
Yeah.
Like a little mobile weapons platform.
What do you mean, like a platform?
Well, so in the sense that he just is directly engaging a threat. He's just like missiles and lasers and all sorts of shit. And then defending, he can throw up force fields, or does he create shields? What does he do to defend?
I imagine energy shields he could put
Energy shields, okay. And how does he help you unleash your powers? Does he channel solar energy so you can use it?
It's like a power up battery.
I love that both the idea of both of its hands, because I imagine a skink. He's a little skink.
It's skink.
It's like a tiny lizard.
A little skank.
Oh, okay,
and he holds his hands out and they turn into solar panels, and then his head opens up and a miniature sun pops out.
That's adorable, yes.
Heliokinesis. And they can help you in other ways. I need to use camouflage, and he analyzes color patterns and then sends them to your data feed or whatever, because you have a scouter because you're a Saiyan. Alright, cool. So it helps you with directly engage a threat, defend, and unleash your powers. Got it. So it arrives, and and it comes out of the egg. Annihilate. And that's our last panel. So our end of session move. So Nazgrim, did you grow closer to the team? Did you grow into your own image of yourself, or did you grow away from the team?
Grew farther from the team, maybe? You that I grew into my image with my robot and talking about my people.
Okay, you want to think on it for a moment?
Well, I think I'll just go with farther from the team.
Okay. You grew away from the team. Why do you feel detached?
Because the whole team's falling apart.
Okay, yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Take influence over you away from another character.
I take it from Golden Glove.
Yeah, I feel that's appropriate.
Sorry,
Golden Glove no
pal.
longer has influence over Nazgrim. Golden Glove.
Yes.
Grow closer to the team, which personally, I do not think you did.
I don't think so.
Into your own image of yourself or away from the team?
I think I grew into my own image.
And what is that image? How do you see yourself? Why? Do you see yourself as more of a leader now? Because you're making these tough calls that no one wants?
I don't know about me thinking I'm more of a leader, but I do think I'm making the tough calls that need to be made.
Okay. Shift one label up and another one down.
Shifting labels.
Kid Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I would probably say grow into my own image.
How do you see yourself and why?
How do I see myself? I see myself as an independent and also superior, probably above most people.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since I was looking down at all the people watching, not listening to Golden Glove and telling the imp what she should be.
Got it.
So what do I do?
You shift one label up, one label down. Theo?
You're probably not going to like my answer, but I just think it suffers from being titled the wrong thing, because in terms of what it does, I see it being more of a reflective thing, which is growing into my own image of myself. My character doesn't necessarily feel detached. I really don't see that more than... Because I always feel the own image of myself is oh, what, you're trying to be a hero. It's no, because I really do see, it's more of the how you see yourself and why. And, the whole reason behind my best friend doing things and whatnot. And I think the fact that I'm willing to sacrifice and, follow him regardless. And I just wish he thought things out a little bit more, or, wanted to, in a sense, what he couldn't really say was, are you sure you want to do this?
You know you're in it. And you know you're going to follow his lead because you know you're not essentially qualified to, at least in your mind.
Not necessarily. It's not so much qualification, but it's he's my best friend. But I just want to make sure we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I just, right now, it doesn't communicate well. But at least for me internally, what was going through my head at the moment was you're my best friend and I will do this with you. But I need to make sure you know what the fuck you're doing, because, bruh, there are some lines when if we cross them, I can't go back. And of course, again, with the whole angry and whatnot, he didn't say it that way, which would be a lot more eloquent. But I figure, a 16-year-old won't necessarily internalize and understand all of that right away.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's why I really want to pick that. And I want to shift my danger up because it's realizing and finally saying, I'm willing to do that. And shifting my superior down because I really want to shift my... This is why I wish I didn't lock it. I really want to shift my superior down. But since it's locked, I feel superior is the next one that's like kind of associated with that same ego and like what I think of myself as better than the rest of the people.
Superior is being better than everyone around you and being the smartest person in the room.
And I'm definitely not exhibiting that. So that's what I do.
The last page of our comic is a warehouse of some sort, and there is a smell of brimstone and the battered and haggard, exhausted imp appears in frame. A voice from off-screen says, "You're back." Imp says, through gritted teeth, "I'm back. So your little endeavor didn't pan out." I knew it wouldn't. Imp so shut up. Just give it to me. I'm done. I'm done trying. Let me have it. And that's where our panel ends. With Imp looking up. And the next panel being mostly shrouded, but you do manage to make out the neon blue and pink and the coy, smiling lips underneath a hood. The same lips you've seen before on the face of Witch.
The Once and Future Nerd is a tale of knights and kings, orcs and elves, in which... Oh, you've heard that before, have you? Well, in this tale, 3 teenagers have been trapped, and together they must... Oh, you've heard that one as well? Fine. Here's what real people from your realm have to say about The Once and Future Nerd.
All reviews are by real fans, but performed by actors.
I call this one socially aware D&D.
Necromancers pervert the most sacrosanct traditions.
Not all necromancers. Oh, wait. Yes, that one is definitionally true.
An awesome adventure with plenty of LGBT representation and badass female characters.
Oh, wait. That wasn't very ladylike. Hark! Verily, I hereby decree that you all shall yourselves.
It's a show that happens to deeply understand the world in which it was created.
Stories matter. People are the stories they tell. Power is who gets to tell the stories.
Find us at onceandfuturenerd.com.
Hey nerds, it's your favorite superhero of all time, Kid Katie. Don't worry, I won't tell the others. Besides, they already know. Well, anyways, back to the podcast. We'll be releasing new episodes every other Tuesday for you fine folks. We also have a Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram account to keep you all updated on the show. Be sure to use our hashtag NOARpodcast on Twitter for your chance to have your name as a character on our show. How awesome is that? I know, you're welcome. If you really loved us though, as I know you do, you'd pledge on our Patreon to help us improve and grow. We've got sweet rewards and it all ends up being better content for you. Well, TTFN, bye dolls.